Yo, y'all know what time it is, and we are back with another week of, or another episode, another week. It is another week and another episode of.
Yeah, it's Nessa M3GA Time.
Yeah, so you know, what's going on with you? How you feeling? What's the deal?
I'm doing pretty good, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's been
Hey, I'm gonna cut the shit. Fuck that. I got told that we look tired. I didn't like that comment.
I know. I wore makeup for this fucking episode.
Hey, I'm just gonna put it out there. If we look tired, please fucking let us know. I do not like to look tired. I'm a very energetic person, by the way. But you know, sometimes shit, we have long days and we get in here, we try to make y'all happy. So we are here. So what's going on with you?
Yeah, I'm tired.
I am too.
I'm fucking tired. I work out. I have a fucking kid that does all kinds of fucking shit. I deserve to be tired. So if I look tired, then so be it. As long as we give you quality content of fucking people asking people questions, that's all that should fucking matter.
And kicking
the fuck
shit.
does it matter what I look like?
I don't know.
Put that shit on fucking.
I try to simplify it for you guys, but she wants to go.
Shit, that shit piss me off. You look tired. Damn right. Single moms are tired. I do for them.
Ooh. So yeah, how's your week?
Fucking amazing.
Right? That's good.
I think there's something in the air because I feel like there's.
It's called pollen.
Yeah, my sinuses.
It's called fucking pollen.
Can you hear the congestion in my mouth?
Man,
and my nose. I'm sorry. Well, because it feels that it's all right here. Because I keep clearing my throat. Anyways.
Hey, you know, gotta love a joke, right?
Oh my god, I got a funny one.
What's up?
Okay, so you know girls talk about shit all the time,
Like
right?
sex?
Yeah, all the time.
Like getting digged down and shit, right?
Yep.
Just go ahead and
So
fucking
there's a
say it.
difference between fucking somebody and getting digged down by somebody. Let's be clear. Okay, and women, we know the difference.
Shit.
And men think that being digged down is all the same. It's not.
Okay, so I love to hear it.
All right, being digged down means that. All right, so being digged down means that.
Exactly. It means fucking nothing.
It does. It means a lot.
Exactly fucking nothing.
When you're getting digged down, that means the whole penis is inserting all the way to your fucking rib cage. You're getting dicked the fuck down.
So you just made up some shit right now.
No. And then when you're fucking somebody, when you're just getting fucked, it's just like you're just pound town. It's whatever. It's just you're just fucking.
Does the whatever thing that you said still reach the same area?
No.
Who knows?
It doesn't. No, girls know.
But how do anybody else know?
Women
Because
there.
somebody experience might be different.
Nah, man. All women think the same
I've
way.
never heard
Ladies,
that of my longer life than you. And
you're a man. You wouldn't know that. You're not getting fucked.
No, but I'm gonna. Man, listen. I'm gonna say this. You're gonna make me say something on here that's gonna get me in a lot of trouble.
I'm saying a lot of shit that's gonna get me. My son watches this shit. Like, what the
that's
fuck?
your problem.
No, he doesn't.
But I'm
watch it.
telling
He
you.
doesn't watch it. You can't speak on that. I'm speaking. A woman can only speak on if she's getting digged down or fucked.
But you're giving it what I'm saying is you're giving it a definition based off of your experience.
No, based off of women in general.
what
You
women?
could ask 5,000 women. They all say the same shit. There's a difference between getting fucked and getting
You know
digged down.
5,000 women?
Yes, I do, because I'm a woman.
I've never seen somebody look me dead in the face and lie like that in my life.
Oh my God. So I can't know 5,000 women? I can add my fucking Instagram followers all together. They equal 5,000.
I just know
I'm not lying.
I just know that you don't know 5,000 women.
I don't know their social security.
You don't even like women enough to like 5,000 fucking women, man. Stop talking to me and
I
lying
don't
to me.
like people in general. Anyways,
Whoa.
but back to our original point. What was our original point?
You fucked it up with that whole dick.
I
down
know. I
fuck
fucking
thing.
yeah. Oh, so I was talking to a friend, right? And because I told you the allergies and stuff, and then we were as a group of women, and we were all talking. This is a little TMI or
5,000 women.
a little pervertish of women, but women talk like this.
I know you guys are dirtbags. I know for a fact. You guys are worse than us.
Why do we gotta say dirtbags?
Because I've come to the conclusion at my age that women, especially in the line of work that I'm in, that women are way more graphic in conversation than men are in conversation when it comes to that.
Yes, it's a beautiful topic.
So it's a dirtbag. We do it. We get
Dirtbag?
called pigs. We get called all
I don't
scum.
call that shit. I
You
don't
may not.
care.
Women do.
Okay, you're generalizing all women. You're adding me to that fucking group. No,
Well,
not
hey,
all women do either.
I'm telling you what we get called. What we get called by women. I'm telling you what we get called by women. So if you say a man says, and then you say men says, I fit that criteria as well.
That's exactly what I just said.
So like I said, women, we talk about certain you guys are just worse.
No, I said that. We love talking about that. But I forgot what I was gonna say now.
You fucked it up, bro.
You fucked it up.
Because you tried to jump the gun, man. Fuck. I wish you would stop doing that.
Anyways,
Yeah, so, you know.
it's fucking hot in here. There must be something in the air because I swear, like,
I told
the
you it's
past
pollen.
2 weeks, the pollen got fucking anger issues.
No, it doesn't.
Because everybody...
No, the pollen has fucking melatonin. It has fucking gluten in that shit. I don't know what the fuck this pollen got in it, but
Well, it has a lot of aggression
Yeah.
because I'm telling you, the past 2 weeks I've been around people that have just been so fucking angry. I really think there's something in the air. Like there's just
when
like,
did you tell me that the other day?
yeah.
Oh yeah, you told me that the other day when I said something about something. But I don't know about all that.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, whatever you ran into, you ran into. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just been random shit. Like random people at the gym, people at work, people just
Angry?
It's just aggression.
But
Like,
I'm
it's
gonna tell you
just
something.
aggression.
I know
It's
you
too
probably
much.
think I'm tripping when I say this. I really feel like there's something in the air.
I know. I just said that. Martel.
Like really,
I agree.
like for real. Like they fly these fucking planes.
They
and
do.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big time. How's your week, by the way?
Fucking great. Look, man, I haven't even really been focused on fitness, to be honest with you.
Why?
Because I am fitness. I'm just fucking with you. But
That was a good one.
I've been really trying to finish up this EP because I'm gonna put them out in a storyline. So I'm trying to put the pieces to the puzzle together so that it can sound very, 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 very creative for you guys.
Nice.
And so I've been spending a lot of time in the studios.
Studio?
Not one studio, studios. And some things I had to go back to the drum board, but that's why it's taking so long. So if it hasn't came out yet, like the song anyway, it's gonna be some dope shit. But that's what I've been doing.
Well, that's good. I'm proud
Outside
of
of being a great dad and being a great person in life, trying to help people and others, that's what I've been doing.
Love that.
You know. But yeah, that's what I've been doing.
So humble. So
humble, ain't it?
beautiful. Yeah, me, I've been just, my son's been playing a lot of baseball lately. He's been knocking him out the park. And so I'm proud of him. Work's been working and, just
Life
being
has been
here.
life.
Has been life. I've been working out a lot, just trying to fit in when I can. And we took some family pictures and
How'd that go?
family pictures with a teenager is different. When he was little, it was so much easier. Just put this shit on, stand right there and smile. Be cute. When they're teenagers, Lord Jesus.
I got some coming up.
Yeah, you just want to punch him in the face real quick. Like a good Chuck Norris chop to the throat,
Sometimes you just got to do it before you have to do it, just to let them know, hey, I'm here.
I still got it.
No, just to let them know I'm here. Like sometimes, like with my son, I just smack him just to let him know, like, hey, just in case you forgot,
damn.
I'm gonna do it.
It's funny. I put him in a headlock the other day.
I'll thump her too. I'll just do it.
Yeah, I put him in a headlock the other day. He got out, but that was annoying.
Huh? Yeah. Told you. What I told you like a couple months ago.
I kind of took it easy on him because if I really wanted to put him in a lock, I could have done it.
Gotcha.
I didn't want him to pass out or anything.
I'm not gonna say anything.
I'm not trying to get CPS called on me. But
yeah, we don't want that. But hey, let's speak about what we got going on today.
yeah, we have an amazing guest. He is a rapper
hip hop artist.
like you,
Okay, I'm an artist.
and he's going to talk to us about his new projects and how
Plural?
I don't know. I have a lisp, so excuse me. It could be projects.
We admit.
I always admit that I have a fucking. You know what? This is what I'm talking about. There's something in the air.
Just say seriously for me first before we get off air. Before we go into break.
I will put your ass in a headlock, just like Joseph.
Well, for one, no. Okay.
Your shoulders are too wide. I can't fucking put your ass around my fucking arm.
Tuck the chin. Tuck it. That's it.
Yeah, but
hey,
he's going to talk to us about his project or projects, and I'm excited to hear all about it and how he started in music.
Let's get it.
Alrighty.
This shit is bigger than me. Give me my flowers while I can still breathe. I'm smelling the glory, I tasted defeat. Nothing feels better than chasing your dreams. Yeah. This shit is bigger than me. Give me my flowers while I can still breathe. I'm smelling the glory, I tasted defeat. Nothing feels better than chasing your dreams. Yeah. Given my history, nothing compared to me, nothing come next to me. No. Claiming my victories, can't let you win with me unless you sit with us. Yeah. Given my history, nothing compared to me, nothing come next to me. No. Claiming my victories, can't let you win with me unless you sit with us.
Yeah, king at the table, shit on the label, just like my hoes when they kicked out the
Yo. So we are back. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
Good. So check this out, man. We're going to give you the stage to be able to, present yourself and your name and everything like that for the people.
Well, my name is Fred E Mooves.
Fred E Mooves.
Fred E Mooves.
I remember you pronounced it to me like that before.
Yeah, but it's just a clever way of me spelling it, but it's Freddie.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
got you.
That's what my name is.
Where can they find you?
Everywhere.
So your Instagram handle, TikTok.
Yeah, all my Instagram handles are everything is the same.
But spell it out for them so they can.
FredEMooves.
Got you. And it's just straight across like that?
Yes, sir.
Got you.
All right.
Okay. So what's going on, man? How's your day? How you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling really good.
That's good.
I'm here,
That's right.
so I guess I'm doing all right.
Got you, man.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us where you're from and what you want to talk about.
Well, I just want to be able to relate my story to people and not just focus on my music, because nowadays everybody wants to sell their music, and a lot of the times people fall in love with the story before they even fall in love with the music. So that's just kind of what my focus is right now, and just kind of talk about, my story. So.
How far you want to go back? You want to go back to when you were born?
Yeah,
you want to go back to when you were
I
in
don't know.
high school? How far you want to go back?
So where you from, bro? We gonna break that.
Yeah.
All right,
Where
let's
you
start
from?
there. It's a crazy story, but I was born in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Hey.
Okay.
So I'm originally from Florida. Was born to a Mexican mother and a Puerto Rican father.
Well, I can see the Puerto Rican. I can hear it a little bit.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Yeah.
They're like, man, even when I speak Spanish, everybody's like, it's kind of a little bit different.
Okay, say a sentence in Spanish. I want to hear it.
Estamos muy bien ahorita.
Okay, a little bit.
Look, I guess if we were to have a conversation, but so I was born in Florida, moved to Arizona, Tucson, Arizona, when I was 7 years old, and I grew up there, and now I'm living in California out here in San Bernardino, probably like a little over 2 years now. So.
In the Dino.
And the Dino, the
San
dirty
Bernardino.
Dino, everybody talks about it like that, but on the west side of San Bernardino is where I stay at.
Nice.
Gotcha.
For sure.
And how long have you been in California?
2 years?
A little over 2 years.
2 years.
For
Okay.
sure.
In Dino the whole time?
Dino the whole time.
What made you choose Dino?
Well, my girl lived up there. So
Look at love bird.
that's just,
And is she from out here or you?
yeah, she from out here.
Okay, got you. Okay. So like you from Florida,
Yeah.
moved to Tucson. And how many years? So you spent pretty much most of your life out in Arizona.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm an Arizona boy, that's for sure.
Okay, got you.
But I got
And
that
so,
California love right now.
got
You
you.
know what's up?
Always. So I mean, it's West Coast. You feel me? So,
Yes, sir.
Understood. But so you started your life out there, right? I mean, pretty much you grew up in Tucson, in
sir.
Arizona.
Yes, sir.
And so, I mean, I have family, I have cousins. I've never gotten to ask questions about hot ass fucking Arizona.
It's hot.
It's hot as a
much to say
motherfucker,
about
boy.
Arizona. No offense, but
But no, there is, because there's different, like, and especially when I talk to like, family members, like I have family I have my cousins that are the twins that lived in Tucson. They moved from here, moved to Tucson. I have family that lives in Phoenix, and I have family that lives in Scottsdale.
Okay.
Now,
3 different areas.
look, and this is the thing.
Yeah.
They all shit talk on the area, where they depending on where they're from. It's just like us out here. Oh, San Bernardino? Hell no, I ain't going over there, motherfucker. But I went to school in San Bernardino, college-wise. And then, but people talk about Riverside and then Moreno Valley. It's like, oh, you from Moreno Valley? Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like the same thing.
Yeah.
But Arizona's different, man. You know what? I was in Arizona, bro. I would not go back. I got in some trouble out there a long time ago.
Yeah,
I think if I lived in Arizona, it'd be Flagstaff. Because
that's a nice area. That a lot of people don't understand that there's a lot of different climates and a lot of different because there's a desert.
Yep.
And then there's forest, and Flagstaff is a forest area.
That's where I want to live, in like the hills somewhere, because it snows there too.
Yeah, it's nice, but there ain't really nothing to do there.
Yeah,
There ain't nothing to do in Arizona, period.
Now that I'm older, I will move to Scottsdale for sure.
That's a college town.
Scottsdale is like
it's not
where.
college town.
Not
No, that's like Palm Springs of fucking Arizona.
Yeah,
old
facts.
white people. I mean,
It's
old
money.
people.
It's money. No, it's money.
It's funny you said that, because last time I was in Palm Springs, I felt like I was in Arizona.
In Scottsdale.
That's how it feels.
Yeah.
But but Scottsdale literally looks like Palm Springs. Like when you're driving, you're like, why do I feel like I'm in Palm Springs driving around going up to 111 and shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not really a fan of Palm Springs though. I'm not.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I'm not.
But I'm talking about the feel of the Palm Springs. I think with Palm Springs, when you go to Palm Springs, you got to go with a crowd that you go with, and that's just what it comes down to. Because there's the same thing with Arizona. There's not much to do, but actually Phoenix has come up. Phoenix.
If you haven't been up there,
recently, my brother lives out there. He lives in Phoenix, and he lives right by he lives in Glendale, Glendale, Phoenix.
Yeah.
So, but he lives right across from where they just built that whole huge promenade over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, it's popping, bro.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
the
a
houses
huge.
are nice.
Just the condos they built around it, and then like the promenade. They have so many clubs down in this like bars. They have restaurants, the movie theater. It's dope. I'm just saying, like,
I think it's dope.
It's dope. Like, I mean, I could tell you shit's on Victoria Gardens for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, I've never been to Victoria Gardens.
What? You're a liar.
No, I've never. Oh, wait, is that Victoria
The Punch
Gardens?
Bowl. Yeah, that's Victoria
But
Gardens.
that's like the only place I've been to. I've never been to Victoria Gardens. Like,
Victoria Gardens, bro.
yeah, but I haven't like hung out there. Like, other than like go. I think there's shopping centers too, right? Like a mall.
It's all mall. Yeah.
So I've only been to the Punch Bowl. That's it.
Oh damn, that's crazy. We gotta
And
go out
that
there.
restaurant, is that Victoria Gardens that we
Yes.
went for my birthday? Okay, so those two places.
Yeah.
That's it. So I take that back. I've been there. Because producer
I've
over
been there.
here fucking almost had a heart attack.
Yeah, but so
Shit.
yeah, so like, what do you feel like growing up out there, like that you could take from here, or being out there? What would be the difference? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, number one is weather. That's for sure. That's the number one thing. But
Gotcha.
I think in the Phoenix area is there's a lot of people from California, so there's a lot of similarities in that sense. The traffic and just the way it's booming in the Phoenix general area.
Yeah. Gotcha.
But there isn't really too much difference. I guess the only thing is just kind of like the way the politics are out here compared to Arizona. You know,
I found that out fast, bro.
Yeah, it's just like we're
Elaborate. I don't know what that
well,
means.
I mean, in Arizona we're a lot more together. You know what I mean? I feel like out here there's a lot of separation between races and stuff like that. That's the way I feel about it. You know what I mean?
We're very standoffish in California.
Yeah, definitely.
Very standoffish.
And in Arizona, to me, there's no line there. You know what I mean? There is, some animosity, but overall, like, I got a lot of friends that are black. I got a lot of friends that are Asian, and there was no
Divide like that.
there was no divide
Yeah.
there. So when I came out here, I learned that pretty quickly, and the one thing I could say, that's the main difference for me, just, my experience.
It's like that, man, out here. I just had a conversation with some friends the other day about that. Like, I've been to, like, the South, and I've been to Arizona. My brother lives in Arizona.
Right.
But California, like, it's just different, bro.
Yeah.
It's just a different, like, if you're not from here, it kind of makes you reevaluate some shit. Like, it's something to get used to. I will say that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
it
Just
was
like anywhere else you go.
something
But out here,
different.
for some odd reason, when it comes to people, it's really something to get used to. Like, it's not normal for everybody, especially if you're from, like, the South, or if you're from, like, an area where it's more together. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's something to get used to for sure.
So what was your upbringing like growing up in Arizona as opposed to Florida? Or what made you guys move to Arizona from Florida?
Well, that would be a question, from my parents. But, my mom is from a place called Agua Prieta, Sonora, which is south. The closest Arizona city, it's a border town, so it's Douglas, Arizona. And that's where she's from. So she just moved back home, basically.
Okay, she wanted to be home.
Yeah, so that's
You
what
were
happened.
7.
And I was 7 years old, so I pretty much
Didn't have no
choice
say.
on that.
So what was that like growing up in Arizona for 7 till damn near 2 years ago?
It was good. For me, it was good. But it's just a lot of struggles in the sense where I had to kind of. I feel like my whole life I've always had to prove myself. I've always had to
Work extra hard?
work a little bit extra harder than the next person. Just because I haven't had. I grew up without my father, so it was always me having to teach myself how to be a man and how to just survive out there. So but overall, man, it was good for me. It was good.
That's right.
So you're saying you come from a single parent household.
Yeah.
My son does too. So
Right.
the struggles that you faced growing up, trying to learn how to be a man, do you feel like obviously it made you who you are, right?
Yes.
And you had to work extra hard because of that.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think that my son goes through those struggles because I try to like overcompensate like that a little
Right.
bit. Did your mom ever try to like do that too?
No,
Or she was like, "You on your own, bruh?" Like,
nah,
that's what
it was never like that. You know what I mean? She was definitely a real strong woman. But at the end of the day, it's a woman isn't responsible for teaching a boy how to be a man. That's a fact. And she did the best she could.
Yeah.
And I'm not complaining, and I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
I am who I am today because of her.
Yeah.
But as far as learning how to be a man,
It was a tough one.
it was a tough one for sure.
And that's like we've spoken on this too. Like before, like when you ask me certain things about raising a boy, and I always say like it's hard for a woman to raise a boy.
I always say
It
that
is.
To a
a
man.
woman can't raise a man.
You can't.
Yeah.
And there's certain things that like no matter how tough you try and be on them, it just does not resonate the way it will as if the man was there, the father. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because the thing is that eventually a boy becomes a man, and when you don't have that authority figure, it's hard for a woman to control a boy. Once he gets to a point where it's like I'm gonna do what I want to do, and you can't tell me otherwise.
It gets like that.
And that's real.
That happened to you?
That definitely happened to me.
So what did you do?
It's just. I got in trouble a lot when I was young.
Personality
I did,
changes,
you know.
because you you don't have that. Like for me, right? And I got in a lot of trouble just because I rebelled against a lot of stuff that my father was teaching in the house because I felt like it was just always always in my head all the time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, let me breathe a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what I did. So when I got to my teens, it was like, all right, I'm late. Well, fuck it. My curfew is 1:00. Well, I'm fucking late now. Might as well just fucking stay out. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my ass in trouble anyway. Okay, I'm not supposed to be doing this, that, and the other. I got girls in the house. Girls in
So
the
it
house.
seems like it's the same though. You had a father in the house and you still did whatever the fuck you wanted
Not
to do.
necessarily, but
Same shit.
hold on. I also had someone to fucking kick my ass too.
Oh, I
in
got
those
some
situations.
ass.
But with different coming from and especially coming from a man's man, like
You ain't never
you
felt
know,
my punches. You don't know.
it ain't even that. It ain't even that. It's just knowing that, damn, I gotta go and see this motherfucker right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like my boys, they gonna look at me and be like, God. They
don't want
gotta
that
go
smoke.
They don't,
They don't
you know what I
want
mean?
that smoke.
It's like, mom, yeah, I know. Like one time my mom was sitting on the stairs when I came home in the pitch black, hit me with a broom, smack. I got home late. But it wasn't still like my dad. He may not have whipped my ass one time and just came in my room and was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh shit. Like, you know what I mean? Moms, I knew she was just going, so it's
And
just
you can
different.
take that too. Like
It's just different.
Like if your mom hits you, you just like boom, you take it and you keep it
Like
pushing,
to the point where I would ask my mom, like, hey, what are you doing? Like, stop.
Yeah.
And it's just because
I think it's different when your mom's a fighter.
Nah, because
think
look,
so.
I played football, I boxed, I did mixed martial arts. I was a rough kid. Like we was the kids that was playing sideline pop on the cement type shit, like falling on bikes, busting my ass, like all types of crazy stuff, right? So when you're dealing with that type of tough, a punch don't matter. It's like, okay, cool, you just made me tougher. I tell you what it did for me. It made me violent. I said that a long time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Me getting hit like that. Okay, cool. I'm not. This dude. My dad was big too. He was a big dude. All right, cool. Well, I ain't afraid of you. Well, cool. This guy's gonna get it. Now my anger goes on to him because
Yeah.
he made me feel
You
some type.
retaliated.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what he
So it
did.
just made me way aggressive, and it's just like, damn. So like I totally understand where you're coming from.
You seem like a calm dude now. The thing is, with the no, it's not.
I've matured a lot.
You
bro.
seem like that,
I matured a lot.
because I feel like the people that have been through a lot and have been through a lot of bullshit, they know how to be like, you know what,
It ain't worth it.
It's not.
You kind of like breathe and just say, all right, you know,
Because
what I mean?
the thing about it is that like, man, like I would we just had a conversation. I'm gonna say it in the most the most purest way to say it. Like, I don't want to put my pain on nobody this day going on. I got too much to lose. You know what I mean? And I got too many people that depend on me. And the fact that I know that, and now it ain't even just, yes, my kids, my family, but I always tell people, like, you got a role in your family whether you like it or not. My parents still depend on me to be that person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So my sisters, my brothers, they still depend on that brother. This, you know what I mean? I still depend on my brothers to be there, my sisters to be there. All of that. I depend on that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you know what? We're all supposed to be here, and enjoying shit. You know what I'm saying? And so when you fuck it off, you know what I mean? It just kind of like, damn. All right. You know what I'm saying?
That's a beautiful thing, though.
Yeah.
To have that responsibility put upon you. If anything, it's an honor.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And you just keep it pushing and not worry about all the bullshit. It's just too much bullshit.
That's growing up Latinos. You're taught that like it's an honor to be the head of the household.
Definitely.
It's an honor to have that responsibility.
Yeah.
That's just the thought process.
But let me ask you this though. So, speaking on what you said about your son earlier, he's like, I'm the, Joseph's like, well, I'm a protector, I'm the
But
man.
see, he's just trying to use that against me.
Right,
I told him that.
but still, he might he's speaking it, so he might feel that way some type of way. You feel what I'm saying? So even for you, even for me, like I always felt like, even till this day, and Britt will always say to me, dude, why did your dad always tell you to watch out for your brothers?
Because you're the oldest.
I'm not the oldest.
Well, in his eyes, you are.
But I'm the one son that he was able to get, talk to, and embed some shit in that kind of,
Understood, yeah.
Understood. Like, he knows. Like, he's always telling me, like, you grew up faster. You matured faster than I did.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not the oldest, it's the one that can handle it.
And that's that's the one right there. Hey, man. Bro. Because sometimes I'll be like,
I'm not the oldest.
Like, I used to always say, like, yo, why do I always got to be the fucking bigger person? Fuck,
man, who you
telling? Man, I don't want to be the fucking bigger person.
What's the Lakers owner?
Genie?
Yeah,
the girl?
Genie Buss.
But who was the father again?
Jerry.
Jerry Buss, right? He gave it to the daughter.
And then give it to the sons.
And he gave it to the son because he knew that the daughter would run it the right way.
Because she was always around too.
Exactly.
Though. She was always around.
There's that dynamic right there.
Hell yeah.
I know.
Who really soaked up that game? That, you know what? If I'm gone, I know that this person is gonna hold it down. And I love my kids, but this might fuck it up.
It may not be this older one, but this is one right here. You might be the one. So by you just saying something you just said, I got a question. Just because you're from Arizona and you said you brought up the Lakers. Phoenix or Los Angeles?
Phoenix all day.
Oh yeah, we had this conversation.
Phoenix all day. Yeah. I'm a Suns fan.
Okay. For sure.
It's crazy. I'm a Dodgers fan. I've always been a Dodgers fan since I was young. When I was little, there was no Arizona Diamondbacks.
Right. No,
so I rocked with the Dodgers, the whole Fernando Valenzuela thing, and my mom put me on that.
Got you.
Basketball, it's all day. I'm a Phoenix fan for sure.
Okay, for sure. Football.
We had this conversation the first time I met you.
Yep.
You did, but I forgot. I ain't gonna lie. Eagles fan, right?
No.
Nah, don't even disrespect me like that.
Wait. I don't know.
Who you rock with?
The Cowboys.
All right, say less.
Oh, okay, cool. Say less.
He's in a different state every sport.
Yeah, facts.
Who?
Yeah.
I'm a Dallas
He's a Cowboys fan.
Oh.
Cowboys fan.
Shit, man.
That's on, bro. Yeah, man. So, what made you choose the different team? Well, obviously Arizona's for Arizona, but what made you choose the Cowboys?
I literally became a Cowboys fan by default. It's like
me too.
The whole thing is I never, I literally just started being bought my first Cowboys hat when 2018, I think it was.
Oh,
because the whole reason was Dak. That's the reason why I became a fan. But
Dak?
Yeah.
Why?
Just because of his story.
Oh, okay.
I'll say this, and this is what I said. And I always I hate the Cowboys. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I tell you straight up, I don't fuck with them. I don't fuck with the Raiders. But I used to like Dak when he played for Mississippi, bro.
Right.
And I was like, that motherfucker's gonna be nice. But when I realized something, that he didn't have the best teacher in Romo. It is what it was.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Because Romo couldn't get it done. You see what I'm saying?
No.
So how is that going to work for him? You know what I'm saying? It'd be different if he came by himself. But the thing about it was, I don't know if you ever seen Dak when he was in Mississippi. That motherfucker was a dog.
Yeah.
He was a
I think
dog, bro.
what messes everybody up is like losing a parent and everything that comes with that.
And that's where I, identified with him
Yeah.
in that whole situation.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah.
You want to speak on that?
Yeah. Well, the whole thing is I lost my mom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when I heard his story, it just really, resonated with me, and then I just rock with them,
Got you.
But the whole reason why I'm default is because my family.
Yeah.
Like, every time we would go watch football, like, I didn't even have a team at the time.
So you didn't give Tampa or Dolphins a choice?
Nah.
What?
Nah.
Are you from Florida?
And, yeah, and it's crazy, but it
Or
was
the
just,
Cardinals?
Or the Cardinals. I
Damn.
mean, the Cardinals are trash. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
they are.
But then
You know
at a
what I
point in
mean?
time, they had a run, though. They did have.
They did have a run.
When
They
Larry
made it to the
Fitzgerald,
Super Bowl.
right?
They all
though,
have runs. Every team
Everybody
has
has
a run.
runs, but
Hey, we gotta understand, man. In football, did you play ball?
yeah.
Okay, so if anybody's played like ball, and especially play ball at a high level, you got to understand. I don't care if you played high school, Pop Warner, college, whatever. Not everybody's gonna make it to a fucking Super Bowl. So for any team to make it to a Super Bowl, that is just like, hey, you know what? Like, for instance, like you guys got 5, we got 5. I'm a Niner fan,
Right.
Right. But there's some teams who only got 1. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Eagles just got their second one, right? If
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So it's like. It's hard. You got
It's
all these
definitely
fucking
hard.
professional fucking teams.
It's
So
definitely hard. I mean,
Shit, man,
when-
you just-
to know what the Chiefs are doing right now. That's
fuck them too. Fuck, I can't because they get cheated for. I can't do it, bro. I can't watch it.
yeah. I mean, whatever.
It's too
It is
much,
what
man.
it is.
It's too obvious. You know what? Okay, so I'm gonna just say this and we'll move on.
All right.
The only reason I say that is because I think the NFL, quote unquote, the entertainment business,
Right.
forgot that there's live streamers that post the fucking shit that goes on in these games, and it's for people to see it, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, dog, we see the shit, so you gonna sit up here and play with my fucking intelligence, bro?
That's what they do.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
So
what
that's
they
why I
do.
say fuck them. But anyway,
Yeah.
well, go ahead, brother. My bad.
But I mean,
Back to your story.
But I had to ask that question.
I was interested in what you were saying, but for me, I guess if we're gonna go back on the Cowboys topic, it was just all my family, all my friends, all of them were Cowboys fans. So every time we went to the bar or somebody's crib, like we was watching the Dallas game.
And you wanna know what's crazy though? I'm gonna say something. In Arizona, they're Cardinal crazy, bro. And like
They
everybody
are.
that I know from Arizona is Cardinal crazy.
Yeah.
So my question is now, just by you growing up out there, how did that go? Well, you said 2018, so obviously you're a
Yeah.
grown man at that point.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, I don't know how to.
You were wearing cowboy stuff in Arizona?
Nope. I mean,
God damn.
but how did that go? Because I'll tell you a situation that got really crazy for me in Arizona, and yeah, man, it
There's a
could've
lot
been-
of Cowboys fans in Arizona,
Oh, nice.
believe it or
Well,
not.
because
Oh, because all the Mexicans are going out there.
True
Yeah.
enough. No, for a fact. But what I'm saying is, they're really weird about their teams.
yeah.
Like ASU, Arizona State, and Arizona University.
That's what I am. I'm a Wildcat.
Wildcat?
you?
Okay, for
Oh,
sure.
okay.
I'm a Wildcat.
Okay.
That's scummy stuff, man.
So I say that because I got into some trouble out there over a college game.
Right.
So one of my brothers went to ASU, played
Right.
for ASU. One of my brothers went to Oregon. They ended up playing each other.
Ooh, how was that?
It was what it is.
Did you have a half jersey?
I wanted to.
You should.
I wanted to,
You
but I
should do that
couldn't.
now.
No, I couldn't. But anyway, that's another story for another day. You know what I'm saying? But going back into this, right? They played each other. Oregon blew them the fuck out.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
So we downtown hanging out in Mesa. You know what I'm saying? Having a great old fucking time. And shit got crazy. I don't want to go into the detail, but I almost went to fucking prison over this shit. Fucking no lie. And reason why some drunk fucking, we were getting shit talked to us the whole night.
Right.
Take that fucking jersey off. I mean, it was crazy. I mean,
So you wore an Oregon jersey? What was your
Yes.
both brothers were playing in the game?
I said I'll talk to you about it later.
Oh, okay,
And
okay.
you'll understand
All
why. So yes, I had on an Oregon jersey. But and it was just crazy, bro.
Yeah.
And like these fucking people were tripping. And it was like, man, I want to do my shit, but I can't do my shit. But it ended up coming a time where I had to do my shit, and the shit got out of hand. And it sent me to a place where I didn't want to be. But anyway, yes, they're crazy about their fucking teams. Even when my brother, the few times when my brother played for the Panthers and the time that my brother played for when he played for the Falcons. He be tripping out there over them that Cardinal shit, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Females too, like yeah.
Yeah, I don't ever get into that.
Right.
Because
it ain't that serious.
It ain't that serious
Right.
to me. Like, you know, I'm a fan of who I am, or the fan of the team that I'm a fan of, but I don't ever get into that banter with anybody.
I try
It's
not
not
to.
needed.
It's to me, it's not like I could care less. I'm gonna get.
You like who you like.
Yeah, exactly.
I like.
But everywhere I go, it's like, fuck the Cowboys, fuck the Cowboys.
Exactly.
And I'm just like,
I get it all the time.
good for you, bro. Like, I really don't care. Like, it
Right,
doesn't
right.
bother me.
Right.
You know, I got other things to worry about than for you to
Worry about
you
what team
know,
I like.
telling me that my team sucks. Like, I'll be
Yeah.
the first to tell you, yeah, we pretty damn, we're not
We're
that
realistic
great.
fan- we're realistic
I'm a
fans.
realistic
Ooh,
fan.
hold on,
yeah,
hold on,
for
hold on.
sure.
I like that. I don't like the
Y'all might be,
unrealisticness.
but and I totally understand, bro. Like I tell people all the time, like, yo, like, let them have it. You know what I mean? Like,
Right,
who cares?
Right.
But those situations that I just talked to you about, oh, these were ones that you couldn't walk away from. It was hard. Like, it was just we should have just left.
Yeah,
but we
if
couldn't. You know, we
somebody
was hanging
tests
out. man.
I mean, everybody has their limits.
Yep.
It just
you
got
know?
really bad,
And
you know.
when things get personal and when it stops being about the team, you know, by all means, you have to
Deal with
address it, I guess, or deal
Yeah.
with it. You know.
Yeah, man. But so you know, we gonna cut the bullshit and we gonna get to the real shit, man. So you like I said, like you said, you grew up. Well, you were born in Florida.
Yeah.
You moved to Arizona, and then you've been out here for 2.5 years.
Yep.
Okay, pretty much.
Pretty much.
And so now I'm going to get into the question. I want to get into the question just based off, you know, what caused you and inspired you to do music?
I feel like music chose me.
Word?
Yeah. It's just as a young kid, I've always been involved in music since middle school. Was in the band.
Okay.
What instrument?
Yeah, we all about
Trumpet.
Trumpet, nice.
I played the trumpet. Eventually ended up being in the jazz band. And
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, so I was in the jazz band in high school, and then I kicked it a lot with the drum line. Had some homies
nice.
that were in the drum line,
Yeah.
so I would show up, to whatever when we had rehearsals or whatever, and I'll chop it up with them and kick it. And then one of them was starting to make like some beats on the piano, and and then it just evolved from there. And then I met my homie Slim back in Arizona, and then we just started chopping it up, and then we started making little tapes and things like that. But I just feel like music chose me, and then it just grew from there. It's just, and I feel like now I don't see myself not making music, whether I blow up, and to me it's more of a lifestyle, and it's part of me. It's a passion. It's ingrained in me, and it's just real therapeutic at the same time.
I feel you on that, bro. I feel you on that, man.
I have a weird question.
What's that?
Who's your top 5?
That is a very subjective question.
But it's yours though.
Yeah.
But it's yours. So it doesn't matter what you say and what we think. It's yours.
It's so tough. Like top 5 that I like.
Yeah, you. It's just you.
Yeah.
There it's like a whole lot of.
It don't gotta be no particular order.
It's no particular order, but growing up, my favorite rapper was Method Man.
Okay.
I love that.
fuck with that.
Yeah,
Wu-Tang.
Yeah,
All day.
when I heard the Rockweiler, you know what I mean. When I heard the Rockweiler, that's when I started.
Shit.
I really got serious about my craft. And,
Got you.
So Method Man, I love some DJ Quick.
I like DJ Quick.
Yeah. So I learned a lot from Snoop.
Okay.
Let's see. Lately, I've been listening to. I got a whole revolving thing, but I learned a lot from Fabulous. I learned from Papoose.
Lyricist.
From Nas, Jay-Z.
Yeah.
So you lean towards more East Coast music?
It just really depends on how I feel at the time. Sometimes if
So you don't have like an all-time favorite top 5, like just overall, like
overall, Nipsey is another one.
Okay.
I really fuck with his stuff.
Gotcha.
Like I really lean towards what he was doing just because I felt like that's what I want to do. I want to be able to create my own lane and not worry about other people telling me what to do. You know, I
love
just want to
that.
be able to
I
do
love
me
that,
and not worry about anybody else's opinion.
Yeah.
You know, that's just like I make music. Like I know I'm not the best rapper out there. I know that I'm not the most lyrical and I'm not this huge lyricist, but I feel like I make music that's gonna be able to be relatable. You know, something that people can listen
And
to.
that matters more than being a lyricist. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Just from an artist standpoint, like if people can relate to your music, it doesn't matter what lyrics you're putting out and how you're
Right.
putting it together. It's how people can relate to it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I think that's
definitely.
very big, and I think that's one thing that people forget when they speak about music. It's like, yo, who did I pull in with this music? You know what I'm saying? Like people say, well, Biggie was this right here. Well, who had the people for real though? Pac. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly. Oh, that's the biggest question. Like, if I'm gonna be like, who's the dopest of all time? Well, you know what, Biggie, hands down, he was an instrument. Like, dude can flow.
Yeah.
You know, but as far as impact, come on now.
Yeah.
We
Come
all
on
know.
now. We all know
It was
this.
super-
Like, especially out here, it's like.
Yeah, but even there,
Yeah,
Even there.
If you go in New
was
York,
worldwide.
everybody feels
Yes,
like Biggie,
internationally, no, he said
Biggie's like
international.
is nobody today in this world can even touch that guy. And
that's saying a lot.
and you know I've from
touch
other
who?
podcasts from other rappers
Yeah.
that are like, you know, they're on and everything like.
for who though?
For Biggie, like I've heard that
They
a
go for-
lot.
they do, yeah, I
Like
know.
they're like, oh,
I go to
nobody.
East Coast quite often.
This
and
dude is,
they do.
you know what I mean, and I get it. You know, like that dude
But
was
that is
really, really
subjective.
dope, and it's a very subjective question. It's
Yeah.
basically, you know, do you like purple Kool-Aid or do you like red Kool-Aid?
Yeah,
You know what I
like who
mean?
cares?
What
It's
does
still
it matter,
Kool-Aid.
you know?
But I feel like from your top 5 that you've given us, like I could tell the type of music that you like, right? So you
Yeah.
gave me about 3 East Coast artists that I believe are really good lyricists.
Right,
And the other ones I would say are good rappers.
right.
So there's a difference.
So I'm like in between.
You're
right
like,
there.
but yeah,
But in that,
yeah.
but
yeah.
in that, but in that 5 that he just said, who's the most impactful?
Let's see, right now.
No, just in general, because a lot of them they're not even really
Impactful?
making music like that right now.
No, I know, but I'm saying impactful. I'll probably say Nipsey from what he said. Impactful because he's impacting still to this day,
Definitely,
right
yeah.
now.
Okay,
Yeah.
Well, I say
for sure.
you know, who I would choose as number 1 from your list all day, every day. And he doesn't get the recognition that he deserves is probably Papoose.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he's ever gotten what he deserves, and because
So-
he's been writing for other people and done other shit.
I'm gonna say this. So you gonna put Nas? You gonna put Papoose
He
over
didn't have
Nas?
Nas on his list
He did say Nas.
after.
I just said Nas.
That was
I
not your top
did
5.
say after, but it's
I was,
like
I
I
was
said, you
counting.
can.
I was like,
can
hold on,
put him
but
however
I
you
didn't know
want
how
to put him.
yeah, but
It's just like off the top of my head what I be bumping
I'm
on
going
a
off his
regular
top 5 that
basis.
he gave me.
Like, you know, I'm just saying, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
you know, Nas is my baby.
We're not talking about how he looks.
I'm
Yeah,
not,
right.
I don't think he's
We're not
attractive.
talking
See,
You
don't-
gotta watch
You need
her
to stop.
sometimes.
You need to stop because
You gotta
whenever
watch her
I say that, it's because of what they bring to the table. Like, for instance, I say Canelo is my baby, not because he's attractive. I don't think he's attractive at all.
Right.
His fighting style.
Okay.
That's what I love. When it
Right.
comes to Nas, his lyricism, his intelligence. That's
He's
what
a
the fuck
really
I
smart
love.
But
guy.
Nas,
Ain't nothing about
you
his
know
fucking
what I
looks.
be telling you about Nas, man. Nas is fucking so smooth with that shit.
Oh,
that
yeah.
shit, that his voice is so cold. Like I'm like,
Man.
Yeah.
so that's
Yeah.
that's my main reason for fucking with Nas. Like he got a cold ass flow. Like you could just sit there and it just be like, damn, bro.
Till this day.
All right, you know what I mean? Like he's having a regular smooth conversation
Just
to
tell
you
me
right
how
now.
ask me how I'm
Definitely.
doing. Speak to my ear. You know what I mean?
So with that being said, right? Okay, cool. We got the top 5. So, and what made you say, you know what? Like music is like this is what I'm. You said it chose you, but outside of that, what made you say, you know what? This is what I'm gonna go with.
Just
I'm gonna throw some questions at you.
Yeah,
bro.
no, that's dope, and I appreciate that because it really makes me think. You know, just to think about it, just the ability to make an impact.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, just I know that there's
I can see
somebody
that.
listening, there's somebody watching that can be able to see me and be like, man, I could do that. You know, coming from where I come from and
Right.
the struggle that I've had to go through. There's somebody going through it right now. You know, and if I can inspire somebody, then that's what my main reason to make music is to leave something behind that wasn't here before, you know. Because to me, music is very, it's intimate, it's very spiritual, because you have to go to a place that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You know, and you got to be vulnerable. Yeah. You know, as an artist, sometimes you can't have a conversation with somebody and tell them, this is how I feel, this is what I'm going through. But when you make a song, you can spill your guts.
Yeah.
I know that feeling, bro.
And you're able to let it out. And, you know, it's like, I can't tell you how I feel, but listen to this.
You can paint a picture.
Exactly.
You're saying that you want to impact somebody from what you've gone through. So what kind of stuff have you gone through that your music is resonating?
I just gone through a lot of struggle, man. You know, having a lot of grief, you know, losing people, going through a divorce, you know.
Tell me about it.
Big time breakup. I'm sure you
I don't know nothing.
I was peeping game on your guys' podcast just to get a feel for how you guys do things here. Mm-hmm. And I think you mentioned something about that, so I know you can relate with that. But it's just being vulnerable is something that it makes your music authentic. And what I've been through is just learning how to pick up the pieces and move forward. You know, sometimes life hits hard, you know, and you have to learn how to just take it. You know, it's, as a person, you know, that is for me personally, I'm a real humble dude. I got a big heart. I love hard, you know, and I got love for my peoples, and that's how I move. You know, I'm an authentic person. If I say it, I mean it. You know, I can't be fake. Like, the person I am is who you see is what you get. You know, and I'm not gonna blow smoke. If I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you, and that's just what it is. You know what I mean? But
there's no hate. It's just
exactly. It is what it is. It's business sometimes.
Can't be in my space.
Yeah, you know, give me 6 feet before the COVID. You know,
yeah, right.
But you just, you know, like what I've been through. I just want to be able to put it out to the world and just help people and have them understand that you're not the only one that's gone through it. You know what I mean?
You've gone through. I can feel from what you're saying that you've gone through a lot, right?
Yeah.
So right now, in where you are in your life now, right? So I'm just gonna give you an example of where I'm going with this question. Okay. So I always feel like when I was the best fighter is when I was going through the most traumatic stuff in my life, right? Because I had all that built up and I was taking it out on the fucking bag or the person, right? So with music, I feel like that happens a lot where artists are like the best, like R&B. Right. Best R&B albums happen when somebody gets divorced or gets a heartbroken, you know? Or somebody gets pregnant on accident.
So
Taylor
Swift, she'd be making bank off of that.
You know? Every fucking breakup.
Right?
Shit. Yeah. I can't wait for her to get heartbroken again.
Yeah, you know? What was she with? That tight end dude. Wait till she breaks up with that dude, and she gonna put it out. But
so for you, right now, in such a beautiful space that you're in, how does that impact your music? Is it happier? Is it like bubbly?
You know what?
Or do you have to go back to
the album that I just dropped in September? It's more about my struggle. Okay. It's more about like how I felt and what I've been through. Mm-hmm. So, but lately, I just I'm trying to, you know, make music that's a little bit more, you know
bubbly?
What I mean? I don't want to say bubbly, but just more on a better note, you know. But
because that's where you're at right now, right?
Yeah, that's definitely where I'm at right now. I'm in a very better place. I'm doing good. I'm on your guys' show right now, so I'm doing great. You know, in my opinion.
That's good.
That's dope. Thank you for that.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah. I mean, I fuck with y'all. Y'all is dope for sure.
Appreciate it, my man.
We really do appreciate it.
Just me speaking from an artist aspect, like, do you ever feel like sometimes you gotta, like, when you want to do certain songs, you kind of like you get a track, right? Mm-hmm. And like for me, I always say like the track speaks to me, right? Of
course,
it's telling me what to say. Like,
of course,
easy. The beat, right? Like the
track.
Okay,
yeah. So I'm like, I wonder if this. I don't, and I've asked people this off this or whatever, but sometimes I feel like to do certain songs, you have to go into a certain character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
definitely.
Definitely.
Alter ego.
Nah.
It's the same shit.
Not necessarily, because it's still you. What I mean is, like, for instance, like you said, I'm in a good space, right? You're talking about a good space. To do songs that where I'm struggling and I'm not really actually struggling, I gotta sit back and really find that place. And then it's like, but I'm not that person right now. So why am I doing it? You know what I'm saying? So, like, for instance, like, you know who Rod Wave is, right?
Yeah.
Fucker, always heartbroken.
Dog.
Man.
Listen.
All his songs are
And it's me, it was like, it's so crazy. Like, I mean, hey, on one hand, you could still be rich, have it all going for you, and you can still be
fucked over.
depressed.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. On the other hand, you could still be rich and putting on a show for people as well.
I mean,
You can still be a Debbie Downer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, like for instance, there's been times where I've had to literally I have to put myself in a struggling or a bad situation in order for me to go through that process.
But that's like you reaching into your bag.
Yeah,
true enough.
And just if you've experienced it, if you've gone through it, even if you're not going through it right now, you know, sometimes it's kind of like an actor.
That's what I'm saying. Going into character.
It's kind of like an actor. You know, if they got to make themselves cry. So what do they do to make themselves cry?
Think
They
about
have
something
to.
sad
They
as
got to
shit.
think about something that they went through, some shit
But
they
it's
went
crazy
through.
though.
You know,
But I'm gonna say, like, within music, because you got to remember, you got to write bars. I mean, you're looking at you're doing 64 bars. She's like, what?
No, I know what you mean.
You're doing 64 bars, depending on the track, right?
Yeah.
And then you have the hook, right? But sometimes you kind of like, you know what? Like, I'll scrap some shit because of the simple fact that I'm really not there, and I won't go there. Like the song that I rapped to you the other day, that was sitting on that track for about a month and some change, because I couldn't. When I heard it, I was just like, nah, no, I'm not there. So I had to go and do something and put myself there and paint that picture. You know what I'm saying? I had to paint the picture.
it be like that sometimes though.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll bust out a track in a few hours, and sometimes it'll take 2-3
weeks,
months.
Well, the
You
thing
know,
was,
it
I
really
heard the track.
depends.
I could not in my head, because usually, like, I don't write music. I write around and just kind of like put the shit together, right? I have to listen to the music over and over and over and over again. And for some reason, usually, like, when it's like some club shit, it's a catch. Boom, it's done. Well, that's easy. But when I really want to paint a picture, though,
Right.
I gotta go do something. Like, I think I heard Mike Rashid. He posted, he said, in order for me to stay on board and do what I gotta do, I have to have struggle. I have to have this to be in a certain type of place. I have to have something that's over me. I can't just be around regular and be everything is normal.
That's how it is for fighting. That's why I always tell people that's exactly how it is when you're fighting, and that's where you see the downfall of boxers when they've gotten everything they wanted. What are you fighting for?
Yeah.
The glory. There's some rare cases where, like, people just like the glory of
Mike
it all.
Tyson
You know.
said it. He said, what? Dude was asking what he was in an interview. He said, what, these trophies? Like, he said, that shit means nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
It means nothing.
Yeah.
No.
It's-
And he talked about his ego. You know, that's why I said alter ego, because you got to dig into your alter ego.
You do definitely. I mean, you do have to
Yeah.
definitely dig into alter ego, but there's a character that plays there's certain things you got to tap into when it
That's
comes
the
to music.
ego.
Yeah.
That's the ego, man. When you going through all that fucking struggle, I don't care what it is. That's your ego that's dealing with all that shit. Once you let go of that shit, you become a whole different person. It's a whole different vulnerability.
Yep.
And
Yep.
so that fucking ego is a motherfucker right there. Shit.
It's you know, the way I write is I have to. Sometimes if I'm in the studio, if I can't come up with nothing, I'll leave it alone, and I gotta go live. I gotta go do stuff. I gotta you know, be involved in other things. You know,
Yeah.
I try not to force music. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
no.
You
No,
can't.
that
you
should not be
can't.
forced.
It's
No.
just that's just the way I.
Because you can
write.
tell when somebody's authentic and somebody's forcing the shit.
Yeah.
When something's
You know,
forced, it's like, I don't want to hear that
authenticity
shit.
is very important to me.
Yeah.
Very important to me. You'll hear it. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not the type of artist that could sit there and just come up with these stories and just write because I can't. I'm not that type of person. You know, it's just I'm gonna give you some authenticity. I'm gonna give you something that you can be like, dang, I can basically know this guy at the end of my album. If you listen to my album, you're like, dang,
I know you.
I have a good feel for who
Understanding.
this guy is. So.
Gotcha.
So I asked you who your top 5 is. Who do you think is who's the top worst, the 5 worst
What?
rappers of all time.
I never heard this question before.
I know.
Top worst?
Yeah.
What?
Wow.
That's crazy because music
well,
is so broad.
Right now,
Never
I will
thought
say,
about it.
I will say right now during this time.
I know for a fact the 6ix9ine cat.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That fool is just.
He just knows how to
you know,
market himself.
Exactly.
That's it.
He's a genius marketer.
Yeah, he
but
knows how to market himself.
his music is freaking trash.
Super.
And I don't like to diss anybody. I don't like to say anything negative. You know, I try to be as positive as
We're all artists
possible.
here.
But
we can talk on it. I'll give you my top 5.
shoot, I mean, same thing. Plug whoever you want. I mean, and it's not that I don't think they're talented
It's just not your cup of tea.
it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
all the Nugus, the Trippy Reds, and
That's a different wave, man.
That new generation shit.
That new generation stuff.
different.
It's tough.
I don't even know their names.
Yeah.
If I don't
And that's why I said that's
You
a
know?
crazy question because but you know what's crazy about all that? I could give you a top 5, right? But I'm gonna tell you something. I went to Rolling Loud a few weeks ago. I took my.
You saw them.
We're at 45, by the way.
Go ahead.
I went to Rolling Loud about
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago, right? And I can't stand Sexy Red.
But her in person, you said, was bomb, right?
I have a different respect for
She had
what
the
I
crowd
seen. The what she made, these kids, these people, grown ass people, even males, bro. For a female, I was like, damn, bro, that's
She had
crazy.
the crowd moving. I think
That's
that's
crazy
different.
for me, right? But then I go and I see, I don't like Playboy Cardi. This
Yeah.
shit's trash, bro.
Yeah.
Dog, these kids. You know what's crazy? Beso Pluma.
I love
That
him.
motherfucker, hey,
I love that
listen,
guy.
He's hard.
bro,
He's
that
hard.
motherfucker,
He's hard.
he should have been the fucking headliner. But
Yeah.
politics, I get it.
Obviously.
But headlining wise, he should have been it because he had the coldest performance out of every last one of them. And I don't know if his label mates gave him a little bit of swag, but bro would move. He don't move like
Right.
your regular.
Right.
He a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? So I fuck with bro. So
Yeah, he's dope.
but like I said, seeing a lot of these young kids perform, it was just different. Like we go from Jello, right? My nigga.
Horrible, right?
Nah. Stick
He's
to
not
who-
a performer.
You're not a performer. And then one thing that my dad always told me, my dad did music. He said, "Don't make music you can't perform.
Exactly.
Right.
Don't make music you can't perform. If you cannot perform it,"
Leave that shit on the radio.
and I learned that at a young age.
Just
So
last weekend, bro, I performed in Lake Elsinore, and there's just some dudes that just scream into the mic, have no mic control, and but they got to understand that at the end of the day, we're in the entertainment business.
You have to entertain.
We have to entertain,
Right.
especially at the level that we're at. We have to respect people's time and the money that they're spending.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you learn that with time? Is that something that obviously
it takes
it's
time.
practice?
Yeah,
Right?
it
So
takes
these-
practice. But a lot of these dudes nowadays don't rehearse.
no, they don't.
They don't put in that time.
Got it.
And don't have people around them that tell them what they need to hear. Everybody's just like, yeah, you're dope. You're
You
dope.
want to know
you're
what?
dope," you know what I mean?
Another
It's-
thing too that I learned from me coming up and doing this shit for so long, artists from a standpoint of vocally on stage, they're spoiled now. The equipment has gotten so much better. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I remember
sure.
back on the stage, back when I could start back from like 2003
Yeah.
on stage, and I'm like trying to not trip over a fucking wire. You know what I mean? And the
Yeah,
shit, I got to make sure. So, but now,
learn how
they
to-
got mics that have the auto tune on them. They have mics that make you sound with the compressor on it. It's a lot of dope shit. The systems are a lot better, So, but yeah, man. So back to the what we told you in the beginning. We always ask anybody who comes on the show
Right.
if they have a question for us personally,
Right.
or for us as a unit.
Okay.
What would it be?
To get to know us better.
Well, you say you was a fighter, so I got a question for you.
Yes.
What weight class?
Oh, I was middleweight.
Middleweight.
Yeah, female middleweight.
What was your record?
Well, before I turned pro, I got pregnant.
Mm.
So I turned pro and then I got pregnant. Literally,
Man,
I know.
that must.
God
have
said,
sucked.
I got
Yeah.
different plans for you.
But it was a blessing, right?
It was a blessing because honestly, the amount of what I was going to probably sacrifice to become a world champion probably would have been really dangerous. Like I would have gone above and beyond to do it, and nothing would have stopped me.
That's what it takes, though.
Exactly. But
And anything you do takes great sacrifice.
Yeah.
If you want to be good at anything.
Yeah.
Once I got out of the boxing game and went behind the scenes,
Mm-hmm.
I realized what it would have really took,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't going to sell my ass or my soul for a championship.
That sounded crazy, but I get what you're saying.
And that's what it would have took. But being behind the scenes, so everything does happen for a reason, right? Like I retired or whatever you want to call it, and then I went behind the scenes and saw what really went down and how I was treated, and I was just behind the scenes management, and I was still treated a certain kind of way, and I'm not going to accuse anybody of anything, allegedly sexually assaulted by certain people,
Okay.
where I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go to jail if I continue in this behind the scenes.
I respect that, though.
so-
You seem like a person that is willing to go there if you need to.
Yeah, I'm pretty peaceful, though.
Yeah?
I'm peace and love.
Fucking
No lie,
liar.
I be seeing y'all and
Fucking
you guys argue a lot.
Arguing and like being peace and love. We argue because that's just our dynamic. Right before you were here, we
That's why I said liar, bro.
you guys don't know me, all right?
Man, shit, I deal with you, so enough is
No, I'm
enough.
fucking peace and tranquility. When
So
we're
you're
going
fucking
out,
butterflies and daisies, Vanessa. That's what you're gonna tell me.
When we go outside, when I'm outside, I'm butterflies and daisies. I don't fuck with nobody. I don't bother nobody. I don't talk to nobody.
So maybe she has something towards me, maybe.
We're siblings.
Fucking with you, bro.
supposed to
She about to do it again. I almost got her
You're
on that.
accusing me of some shit.
I almost got her on that. You make it so easy for me. You know that.
You know, I don't like to be accused of something that, my character is big for me.
Hey, and so is I'm big on my character.
A trillion percent.
I'm
Yeah.
big on my character. My word is everything.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, I that's how I am. Like if I say it, like I said before,
Yeah.
I mean it. You know, and even if I don't feel like coming through with what I said, if I gotta
Still gonna stand on it.
stay 10 toes.
Like
you
we
know?
argue, but damn, be for sure that if we're outside and somebody fucks with a female fucks with him, it's on site.
That's
But
what's up.
But that's what.
As it
Not
should
that he
be.
needs it.
As
Not
it
that- you know what I mean? But that's just what it is. This is sibling
So this
argument.
is your bodyguard, my G?
So, I mean, if need be, you know what's crazy? I'll tell you a quick story. Remember one time when I was training her, right? And we were leaving out the gym, and this lady needed to say, she was trying to speak to me.
Aggressively?
But she thought it was aggressive, but the lady was speaking Spanish. And like, I understand Spanish a little bit, but the lady was speaking like Spanish, right? So I'm like, yo, and Vanessa was like, what, she's tripping? I was like, no, I need you to fucking, I need you to fucking.
Will it in.
Come on, man. I need
Pulling
you
your
to,
hair back
you know what I'm saying?
already.
Translate for me
She
for a
getting ready
second.
for the smoke.
Man, I said, damn, all right, dog. Well, and then me and the homie went, she was like, well, you know you got a partner if you need something. I said, yeah, for
That's
sure.
what's up.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what's
sibling
up.
argument. It's never nothing.
Nah, it's never
nothing
like
Well, you know, when shit hits the fan, that's when you know who's
Yeah,
your real
you know.
ones, who
Hell
got
yeah.
you.
Yeah, we could be
Yeah.
arguing like right now, and then outside it'd be, oh, okay, I got
Hey,
your
man,
back, you
drive
got
safe,
my
bro.
back.
That's
You know?
that's
Yeah.
the way it gotta be,
Yeah.
though.
That's what it
You know,
is.
with my peoples, I'm just like, I'm gonna bust your balls and I'm gonna call you everything underneath the sun. But when it comes to time,
You know
and
who to
somebody,
call.
you know what I mean,
Yeah.
I'm there.
Trillion
Like,
percent.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna let somebody else disrespect you. But
Exactly.
right now,
Yeah.
fuck you, dude. You know, that's how it goes. But
Straight up.
Exactly.
but I got a question for you. You say you're a trainer.
Yes.
You got your own gym? Is that what
Yes.
it is?
Yes.
How's that going for you?
It's been going great, man.
Yeah?
I'm blessed, bro.
That's
I can't
what's up.
complain. I have a very great clientele, man. If I was in the dope game, man, I'd be fucking rich. No, I'm fucking with you. But nah, man, for real. No, I have a great people who believe in me, bro. And I
Yeah.
love that. People that allow me to help them with success of getting their bodies together and stuff like that. And I've been doing this for over 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so I started at Fitness 19, which is a gym known around. I learned a lot from them, business-wise. And then about 2019, 2020, me and one of my partners, I got with one of my partners and we, went in and got a small little studio and we made it happen, bro. And it's like a second home, bro. I mean, shit, if I need to lay there on the couch, I'll lay there, so it's all good.
That's a beautiful thing.
Hell
man.
yeah.
I guess I'll have to come see you one of these days.
Yes, sir. Let me know, man. I got you.
That's
Yep,
what's
yep.
up, man. So Yeah, man. I mean, nothing else I can think of, but I appreciate you guys, man.
We appreciate
Appreciate you,
You
brother.
know,
Yeah.
it's a small step towards what I'm trying to achieve, and it's just
Gotcha.
letting people know who I am.
Well, you know, you're always invited to come back and talk to us anytime.
Yeah, for sure, man. I enjoy chopping it up. Like to me, I like having a conversation and just getting to the meat and bones of things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Ooh, I haven't heard that in a long time. The meat and bones.
Got you. Well, for sure, man. We appreciate you. What we will say is give the people your handle again, man. So if they need to check out your music and
So
whatnot.
it's Freddie Mooves, FredEMooves. So just go look out for music that I got out, my new album, Visions of a Blind Man, out everywhere. I don't even have to. Wherever you listen to music, go listen to it, man.
Got you.
So I appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you.
Peace.